Hello everyone, I am Khanam. In our previous video we have learnt about hooks. We have seen why hooks are very useful, and to change the state of an element we used our first hook, that is nothing but use state. Okay, now we have seen this one. Okay, whenever I click on this button, you can see I am just changing the state of an element. I am just changing the variable. I am just changing the value Khanam to Riya here. Okay, now in this tutorial we are going to make simple project. We will see this example and we are going to understand this one, and we are going to make our first project in hooks. Okay, now here I'll just come here. I'm just going to remove this entire thing. Okay, we have seen this one. I'll just remove this entire thing from here inside return, and from here also I'm just going to remove this. Okay, to use hook you have to import this one. I have already imported this use state. Inside this return I'll be creating one div, and for this div I'll just give the class name as container. Okay, I'll be using Bootstrap here so that I don't have to do the styling part. Now inside this div I'm just going to create one more div, and for this div I'll just give the class name as text center. Okay, so that whatever content I'm having here, that will come in the middle. I'll be writing h1, and inside this I'll just give here 0. Below this I'm just going to create button, and for this button I'll just give here click me. I'll save this. Now you can see here I have this output here. For my button I'm just going to give some class. I'll be giving btn. Let me just give here warning. Okay, so that I will be getting in yellow color. And also for my container I'm just going to give margin. I'll save this, and now if I show you the output, you can see I'm having this button here and I have this text here. For my button I just want to increase the size of the button, so I'll be giving this button large. Okay, these are Bootstrap classes, and for my h1 I'll just give the class name. I'll just give the class name as text light. I'll save this, and now if you see here my text is white color, it's not visible. Button is large now. Now I'm just going to import my CSS link. Okay, this CSS file, and inside this CSS file I have just given the body color, and that is nothing but dark purple. Now here you can see I have this output. Here I am having this button. Now once we are done with this, now we are going to see whenever I click on this button, from 1 it should be changed to 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it should keep on increasing. Now you can see here I am just changing the state of an element, so we are going to use our use state hook. Okay, here I have already imported that one. Our hook should always be at the top level of a React function. So before React I'll be creating that one const. I'll just give my variable name as numbers, and here I'll just give here set numbers. Okay, you can give any names here, and here I'll be giving use state. Now inside this use state, whatever value I'll be passing, that will be the initial data. That will be the initial data of for this one. Okay, for this variable this will be the initial data. Now this variable will be having 0. I'll just copy this one, and instead of this 0, instead of in curly braces I'll be pasting that one. I'll save this, and now you can see here I'm having this 0 here. If I just remove here single quotes, what will happen? I'll save this, and now if I show you, you can see again I'm having 0 here. Now once I'm done with this, now I have to change the state of an element. Now here inside this button I'll just give here on click handler, and here I'll just give here increment. Okay, my function name as increment. You can either use fat arrow function and you can directly pass set numbers here, or you can create here function and you can define that function. Okay, both the methods we are going to see. Once we get hands-on practice on this, then whichever you feel comfortable, you can select any one of that. I'll just copy this one, and here I'll be defining that function const, and here I'll just paste that function. Now inside this function, if I just do here, okay, before that I'm just going to show you. I'll just give here let count is equal to 1. Now this count, I'll just copy this one, and instead of numbers I'll be pasting that one. Now if I show you the output, you can see I'll be having 1 because my count I have initialized to 1. Now whenever I click on this button, I'm calling this function. Now inside this function, if I just give here count plus plus, I'll just paste that one. I'll just give here plus plus. Now this should increment. Okay, in JavaScript, if you have seen JavaScript, whenever you click on the button, if you give this one, the value gets increased, but in React it does not happen. Now I'll just refresh this one. Now when I click on this, you can see the state is not getting changed, but if I just give the same thing in my console, it is going to work. Console.log, I'll just copy this one, and here I'll be pasting that one. I'll just remove this semicolon. I'll be closing semicolon here. Now I'll just refresh this, and if I show you the console, I'll just inspect this one. Now in my console, I'll just bring this down. Now here you can see whenever I click, you can see it's getting changed from 1 to 2, it's getting changed. Again when I click, it's changing to 4, 6. Okay, it's taking even numbers here. Okay, we are just going to see why it's taking even numbers here. Okay, first I'll be having 1 and 1 will be printed to me. Whenever I click on the button, okay, here also I'm increasing. I'll just comment this one. I'll just refresh this. Now you can see whenever I click, first I'll be getting 1. Second I'll be getting 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it keeps on increasing in my console, but here in my project is not going to change. So for that we are going to use useState. I'll just remove this, I'll just remove this, and also I'll just remove this, and instead of this count I'll just paste this numbers. I'll copy this and here I'll be pasting that one. Now this numbers will be having the data whatever I am having here, the initial data whatever it's stored inside this one, that will be taken as the initial data for this variable. Now my numbers will be having 0 and I'll be getting the output as 0 here. Now whenever I click on the button, I have to update this value. To update the value, we have this one, second variable. I'll just paste that one. Now here whatever my number it is having, whatever number value I am having, plus 1. Okay, I'm just going to do that one. Whenever I click, whatever data I'm having inside num, now it is having 0. So 0 plus 1, I'll be getting 1. Again now it will be having 1, 1 plus 1, again 2. Okay, it keeps on going like that. Now I'll just refresh this one. Now when I click on this button, you can see it's getting increased here and I'm getting this increment counter here. Now for you the challenge will be how to decrement the counter. Okay, you just try that one. Okay, if you get the output, well and good. Just try how to decrement the counter. Now in next tutorial we are going to see how to increment, how to decrement, and also how to give some condition so that we can stop our pointer at 0. Okay, so after 0 it should not get decremented. We are going to see that project, but this is how we are going to use useState. Just to change the state of an element, we are going to use that one. Okay, here whenever I click on the button, I'm just updating the value, and this updated value will be stored inside this numbers, and this numbers I have passed here. So this data I'll be getting incremented. Each time I'll be getting plus 1. If I give here plus 2, I'll save this, and now if I just refresh once, now first my number is having 0, 0 plus 2 I'll be having 2, you can see. Then again 2 plus 2, 4, 4 plus 2, 6. Okay, it gives me even numbers here. Okay, this is how we are going to change the state of an element, and whenever we click on the button, we can give any values and we can change any values using states. Okay, that's all for today's project. In our next project, we are going to continue the same thing, and we will see how to decrement this counter and also how to give specific condition so that I can stop at 0. I should not decrement after 0. I can stop at 0. Okay, that's all for today's tutorial. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.